The B2S Podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
What up, world? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today, man? We're excited, man, to bring you another episode of the Blueprint to Success Podcast. It's your boy, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator, joined by my co-host. Y'all give it up for my boy, Alxndr Hall, my brother from another mother.
Yo. Oh, my God. Please stop. But, yo, what's going on? What's cracking?
What's popping?
How is y'all? How is y'all? That's bad grammar. How is y'all?
Well, good.
How is y'all week been?
It's very, very good.
That's good. How about yours, Mike? How your week been?
Oh man, I forgot to tell y'all, man. Went to the Lakeland Magic game.
How was that?
Dog, courtside seat hit different.
Can they play?
They do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the G League.
That's who? Bless you.
Excuse me. That's the G League. That's just like a lot of them guys. Some of them guys have already played in the NBA.
Okay.
Maybe they just didn't have a long stint. And some of them guys trying to find their way to the NBA.
Gotcha.
But they get paid though.
That's all that matter.
Yeah, but them guys put up the first game I went to, we went to Faith and Family, and hold on, man, let me get the preliminary. Y'all give it up for my other co-host, man. Before we get into all that. I forgot, because it's gonna go.
Straight.
I already know it's gonna go. So y'all give it up for my brother from the same mother, man. Y'all give it up for Boy Wonda, dog.
Yo, we was straight. Hey, it felt natural, organic.
Big bag dog.
Go fly.
All right.
Let me hold one of them bags, dog. Let me get one bag. I'll bring it back to you. Double.
Facts. I got you, dog.
Straight up.
Ain't nothing to, I sold. Because I'm a replay of it, dog.
Y'all going Christians.
Everything copacetic, as my boy say.
Good.
Man's good, man. Just got my head down working, making moves, so.
Yeah.
Video, okay. Cinco de Mayo, May 5th.
For sure.
Featuring Rick Reed. And we got another announcement coming, too, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, dog. Courtside seat hit different, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, we cause I was part of the they built this because they do a lot of stuff in the community, and so they built this like council with pastors in the community, and so one of my youth pastor buddies had hit me up and gave me the green light with that, got me hooked up, so I became a part of the council.
Okay.
And so we went to Faith and Family night. So that was the first time I actually went to a game, dog. It was, man, we had a ball. Like, seriously. Like, it was matter of fact, the point guard on the other team was John Stockton's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But after the guy told me, I was like, oh yeah, he moved like it, he played like, oh yeah, I could tell. I could tell. And then he pointed, he said, that guy right there, well, he played with such and such. He actually was in the league for like 6-7 years or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So some of them guys, made it to the league and just, and then didn't have long careers and ended up, going down. And then some of them still trying to climb up. And but he was like, man, hey, he'd be like, hey, got some courtside seats for you when you want to come. For real? Dog, it hit different.
Stop playing.
Dog, it hit different. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to go in the seats no more.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go see no more. They hit like you right there. Like, okay, I'm sitting right here. Basketball court right there.
Facts. You might have gonna be an assistant coach.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, courtside seat hit different, dog. Yeah.
Hit different.
yeah, but it was good. It was dope watching them guys play, man. Shoot, the other team, yeah, they lost. They lost that night. But man, they had a dude on the other team that was like 7'1".
God damn.
Man, that joker moved so fluent, dog. I'm like, what? Like, dude, bro. I'm trying to get some camera footage, right? So it's like when I'm bringing when I got my camera, when I got my phone up, ain't nothing happening. They just running up and down, back and forth. As soon as I put my phone down,
He in the air.
bruh, dude called him about. I said, "Oh, you got to be kidding me, dog."
He put the Giannis into Kumpu.
Dude dribbled the point, and the point guard was the point guard from both teams was nice, but the point guard from their team from DC. But he was killing them though. He was killing them. Dude came down, shoot, chop, tossed it to my man down low. Man, dude caught the ball on the block, dog. Did a spin move on his head. Yow! I said, ooh. No. I said, why? I was like, man, yeah, you would do that, and I put my phone back in my pocket.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
And then he came down and count another one. Same thing. Point guard come down, do his thing, yop. Dished it to him on the block. Dude put it between his legs, spitting around off the dude, came up from up underneath the backboard and did a backward dunk, dog.
That's how I be playing.
Okay.
Give me that dog. You don't want none, dog. You don't want none of that right there. You don't see.
Oh, the thing, all right.
Everybody be airballing, boy.
How you looking like a bobblehead? Break the ankles. You would be like Kevin Durant at the warm-ups.
Hey, man, I got a question,
It
bro.
was nice, though. It was fun. What's up, big guy?
So you say you want a counsel, right? The counsel for the school?
No, for the helping out with the faith-based stuff that they do. So basically, what we was doing, we was meeting, and they was getting ideas from us, the community, especially the faith-based community, as far as what could they do from a organization standpoint to do more things with the church, as well as doing more things in the community.
Okay.
So yeah, they got a group of pastors, and it was like literally a handful. They didn't want no big thing, and like I said, I got referred through one of my youth pastor colleagues, and then I had referred my pastor, and then another pastor that I know, and so pretty much I think I only missed like one meeting. I think I missed one meeting at the most, but dude, it was good. I just like the network. I just like networking. I really enjoyed the networking and the fellowship. And actually, he came to Dub's release party, the concert.
Okay.
Yeah, so they gave away some stuff. Excuse me. And they partnered up with us with that, so that was kind of dope. Yeah, and they were planning on trying to do some more stuff with them as well.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, like, what type of responsibility goes into being on that council, or like a deacon board, or like a, you know what I'm saying? Like what type of
that's a whole other
weight that comes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a whole another ball game now. Yeah. So we can chop it up on that.
Yeah.
But it's that for like the council. Yeah, that's all it was. Basically just getting basically, you go into the community, getting ideas from the community, how to help the community. So if I'm trying to build the faith-based portion of the activities and stuff they do, then what better than to get it from the faith-based organization? So that's basically what it was. So the stuff they put together was dope. Like, it was really dope, man. Like I said, we went to and I always knew they did it, but it just a lot of times I always had something going on the night that they had Faith and Family Night. But because with me being on the council, we definitely brought it to the church. So, we actually had a group from the church go. We had our section, and of course, we, definitely linked up with some other people that we knew that was there, some people that we didn't know. It was dope. It was everybody said they had a good time, and that they glad they went. So, yeah, we just, was a part of the planning committee that kind of helped with ideas and stuff that they ran and stuff. So, yeah.
I just wonder.
Gotta see it through, my boy.
I be asking. I be wanting to know.
Yeah.
I just wanna know.
Let me ask y'all this, man. What do y'all think about when people just have the mindset or just let me say this, or put it in a way to where they feel that things just happen.
You know what? I do believe some things do just happen.
Yeah.
But most things don't just happen.
Right.
You dig? Like if you, let's say if you go to a school, and bro, do you remember? I seen both of the movies. But Nick Cannon killed that Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Yeah.
But the original one was, what's his name, the actor? Forgot his name. But the same movie, but they remixed it. Bro, in order for Nick Cannon to get Christina Milian, oh my goodness.
Hi, Christy.
Let me do some water on that. But in order for him to get her, she didn't just fall out of the sky into his arms. He had to make adjustments to get her. So stuff don't just happen like that. You gotta make adjustments, bro. You gotta switch your game up. You got to.
There's levels to this.
Yeah, you got there's no way there's no way certain stuff just happen. Is you have to be strategic about certain things for certain stuff to happen. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So some things do happen, but some things you gotta be strategic about and actually set the play up. There's no way.
I agree with you.
There's no way. You gotta set the play up, but there's no way. It's not. Bro, you remember that movie?
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have did all that, do you think?
Oh, no.
Nah.
There's no way.
No.
It's not.
There was still preparation in different stages that he had, and hoops that he had to jump through to even get her attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with us. Like there's certain preparations.
Look at him. What you
Run that back. It's what?
Sure,
There's certain things he had to do to get her attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, facts. Because it's obviously him being him wasn't working. Disclaimer, please. Be comfortable with the skin you're in. Back to you, Dub. Okay.
He's stupid.
But there's certain preparations. So, for example, the Creed movie, right? That happened through building a friendship. There's some things that just happen. Hey, I got this role, Creed. You want to be in it? I got this movie. And this was after 2 years, 2.5 years of building. He gives Jonathan a call. It's like, hey, I got this movie I'm working on. You want to be in it? And even if, let's say, behind the scene, the pay rate ain't what it would normally be because of the idea of it. Because anything of the idea, you don't know if it's going to work. You just, by faith, put it out and hope that it does well. But you don't know realistically what it's going to do.
Right.
Especially if you ain't built that name of Creed. You know what I'm saying? This Creed, we on the third Creed now? So imagine the stages and steps and the things he had to do in preparation to get to. What about on the flip side, the people he wanted to get and didn't do it? So with that, there's different preparations that has to happen. So like with him, with Jonathan Majors being, them just building off a friendship, it just happened. It just happened to be like, hey, let me call you up. No. There were certain things in preparation that happened and transpired through their closeness. Dog, I got a role for you. You interested? You interested? Okay, here's the rundown. And a lot of it was pretty much not even scripted. That's the beauty of it. It's just like, dog, here are the keys. I want you to drive. Where you have somebody that got that kind of faith in you and see that much of what you can bring to the table, those things are sealed. But for things like what love don't cost a thing, just for it to happen, that's just like, it's still preparation and stuff that you have to do to get those type of deals, to get those type of looks, to get somebody to be like, hey, he's different. So obviously it's something you are doing that sticks out that everybody else ain't doing. Because a lot of people follow the trends. And even through the trends, they think, those are the ones that just happen just because it sounds like a future, or it sounds like a young hoe. Yo, B.
He's stupid.
It's different levels of things that actually meant to be, and then random, sporadic. Oh, it just happened.
Bro, you said something when you said to get her attention.
That's what caught me.
Bro, it's levels. Like, when you on a certain level, or when you don't work yourself up at a certain place in your life or a certain statue, it's certain things that just cannot get your attention. Right. Certain things should not break your focus.
Facts.
Period.
Facts.
Because you got too much at stake.
Right.
So in order to get somebody, and we talking about her because of, but in order to get, she like a high caliber person in the school.
Right.
Maintenance.
You can't do nothing mediocre for a high caliber person.
Right.
They're not gonna pay no mind.
Right. You gotta do something to get their attention.
Exactly.
Yeah, it has to be something to get that person's attention. Yeah. Yeah, and that goes with anything. Putting yourself, like you said in the last podcast, being available.
Yeah.
And putting yourself to grab somebody's attention. Because I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Oh, here we go.
In the words of DMX.
Let's go
again.
There you go. He acting up already.
Let's go.
Get at me, dog.
And I agree with both of what y'all said, but on the flip side,
let's flip it.
Does it just happen? Or did it happen on purpose?
Here you go.
It just happened. It just happened to happen on purpose.
You feel me? Because if I didn't make myself available, if I didn't put in the work, if I didn't put in the time to make myself seen, then that was supposed to happen won't happen.
So, okay, say it again, because I was trying to
you see what I'm saying? So, okay.
He was hanging on every word. I got you.
If I'm not putting in the work,
right?
If I'm not putting in the time to put in the work, if I'm not positioning myself to be seen for the opportunity that I want, then what are the chances of what I want to happen? Because if I just wait on something to happen, because chance happens to us all, which it does, we all get an opportunity at some point, but I think the more, present thing would be, am I even ready for the opportunity to present itself?
I think it's in the lines of, when you were talking, two things popped in my head, right? So one thing is, so faith without works. So if you don't put that work in, if you believe in, God, I believe God gonna, but you're not doing anything that's proving that it's gonna get done.
Yeah.
Not get done on what you're doing, but when a person is working in their faith, it's like you're preparing for what you believe God is gonna do.
Right. Right.
So if you're not putting in the work, doing what you need to do to make room for what God is gonna do, there's no room for it to get done. And then the other thing I was thinking about too is sowing a seed and reaping. If you don't plant nothing, or if you do, but you plant a bad seed, you're gonna get a horrible crop. Period.
If you don't cultivate it.
Right. And because you work in that industry.
What you plant is what you harvest.
So, right.
Exactly.
So you know how you gotta test the soil. You know how you gotta prune stuff off.
Yep. You already know before off the ground whether it's going to be good or not.
Right.
Just like even with the pots that Arnold was growing. we got like 8 pots total, but only 7 of them they going strong. That 8th pot looking like who did it? That 8th pot looking like hey, bro, you need to make some adjustments.
You need to be touched by an angel.
Della Reese. Now, God loved you. No, I love touch my hand. That was my show. But with that, like how you're saying, you can't reap what you don't sow or what you don't cultivate. Even just where we're at by chance and seeing how God using us on the platform is just like, what if we didn't just be like, all right, let's do this podcast. It's time. Just be ready. Okay, cool. What if we just sat on the thought of that? What are the chances of this actually happening if we're not making the right preparation or taking the right steps, doing the right study, and doing the right research, and being comfortable in our skin at the same time? Because everybody's doing this.
Right. Everybody and their grandma got a podcast now.
But what's going to separate is our authenticity. And we know that we have so much in us to deliver to the people. We're not looking at, man, I got to do all these episodes. Like, no, we diving in. This is life. When you experiencing life, you have so much to talk about.
Yeah, for real.
Just saying. But what love don't cost a thing with what he had to do, even on the flip side of that, right? What if he never did none of that? What if he was just content and not making the adjustments? Content and, well, I'm going to just do this and be this loner all my high school. But what if he didn't make the adjustment? And now that the adjustment's been made, now he had to come back full circle to who he was because he realized he lost himself in the mix of it.
Right.
So I feel like even in the midst of you losing yourself, the things along the way that you learn, you can adapt it to yourself, but just don't be in a way where you lose yourself in the midst of it. Because there's things that in attributes, like it's just like eating the meat, spit out the bone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there you go again.
Yeah, he making sense. Like, it's like he saw himself evolve,
Right.
but he didn't put boundaries on it. So he went over the deep end. Like, he turned to something complete.
Right.
Like, he turned into the best version of himself. And then he took it further and turned it to somebody else.
That he didn't even have the courage to start.
Right.
He didn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Right. But here's the kicker. I'm jumping over here, right?
Go ahead. Happy feet.
It's like Mary and Elizabeth, boy. My baby leaping right now. Y'all talking, boy. But here's the thing, like what you said, like he came out of himself to find himself.
Right.
Right. So it was in him the whole time.
Facts.
And what got my mind going is when I first started speaking, like, and I shared this before, when I started up on the Del Toro, right? Great guy, man. And philosophical, man. That joker can take words and just like, boy, make it just make your head hurt, just blow your mind, like, right? You know, and but it was like I couldn't explain. Like, I knew that there was another side to me, but I couldn't really explain it at the time. And then once I kept like trying to figure out what it was, I was like, man, there's an aggressive side to me. And I'm like, but I suppressed it because I didn't think people would be receptive of it. I'm not trying to be like E.T. Sometimes people say I sound like him sometimes. So, or I put them in remembrance of E.T. But E.T. was the one that helped me bring out that aggressive side, because when I saw him, I'm like, man, he yelling at folks and people being motivated. I said, that's what I'm missing. And that's what I'm trying to suppress, because I'm like, because like I told God this, I say, you know what, this is your gift. I didn't even know I had it, right? Because I was the quiet kid growing up. Like, unless you call, back then they did roll call before class started. Unless you called my name, I didn't say nothing to nobody. You didn't say nothing to me, I don't say nothing to you. That's just how I was. So to go from that to being on stages it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's all God. And I say, you know what, God, this is your gift. So I don't care if I'm in the boardroom, the courtroom, the classroom, or the church room. I'm going to give them what you want to give them. Now, what I'm going to do is, once I find out the gift was there, it was my responsibility to recognize and acknowledge the gift. Because if I don't recognize the gift, I can't acknowledge the gift. And if I don't acknowledge the gift, I can't put myself in position to have the gift cultivated. And so what happened was, once I recognized that, hey man, there's an aggressive side to you. You can, as in the church world, we say we can preach. Sometimes you got to preach, teach. Sometimes you got to preach, teach. Sometimes you just teach. Sometimes you just preach. And I can find myself on any of those at any given point. So
any end of the spectrum.
You know what I'm saying? But when I recognize, like, okay, man, I see this part, but there's an aggressive side that I'm suppressing because I'm afraid that people won't receive it. But that's who I am. But it took me getting into an environment, you know what I'm saying, that welcomed the who I am that I was, that I didn't even know that existed at the time, but I knew it was there, but it wasn't existing because I didn't allow it to. And so now I put myself in this space of this guy named E.T. where he just yelling at folks. That was my concept. But I'm like, man, this dude crazy. This dude awesome though. Like I listen to him like every day. So then I'm like, that's it. And then guess what happened? So now I begin to do that. And then now guess what? I start speaking to athletic teams. And then that, from leading to athletic teams, that's how I got into the school system.
Facts.
So that's how I got started getting bookings into the schools and different organizations and stuff like that. And that all came from that. And the way God orchestrated, it just didn't happen.
Nope.
It just didn't happen because when you start, I started with the football team. It's an aggressive sport. So God groomed me for it.
He groomed you to take the hits.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he groomed me for it, and then just like what Nick did, once I got into that space, then I had to learn how to cultivate it and transfer that. So okay, well, Mike, you talking to teachers now, you might have to kind of transition that a little bit.
Yep.
You can still be yourself, but in order for them to receive it, you might have to teach a little bit because they're about statistics, they're about this, they're about that. But then you don't want to lose yourself because sometimes I'm looking at like, well, statistics is part of the problem because we're so worried about the statistics. You ain't getting to the emotional and mental capacity of what these teachers are going through to help reach them, to keep them from quitting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm fit to hit. You know what I'm saying? So then I have to come in and learn how to balance, but that comes through like cultivation and stuff like that. So that's why I just jumping over here leaving because it's just like, boy, it's like
dynamic.
I gotta leave myself to find myself.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can get stuck on yourself.
Yeah.
And it, like how they say, if you're the only smartest person in the group, if you're not willing to be able to learn from somebody else or be able to gravitate to somebody else that can add to your repertoire of what you're already cultivating.
Right.
Because a lot of things, think about when you, like what we do in the music industry, like how many times music has been recycled?
Right. All the time.
Remix. You know what I'm saying? Or how many times has music been sampled? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, this that such and such sample. Okay. Oh, this that Shaka Khan sample.
Yeah.
Kanye flipped it.
Right.
So it's and you have to bring a new awareness and representation of what was in order for people to be able to relate to what is. Because,
go ahead.
Because they'll get lost. Because sometimes, we get stuck on how things used to be. And that's not a bad thing. Like, there's some areas I wish it was like how it used to be.
Right.
Especially how things just climaxing. But then there's things that has to be in the present tense or in the present form that we have to recognize and acknowledge. Because if not, then we're going to get left behind.
Right.
And we're going to be stuck on doing things one way and only in one system.
Right.
A one-way order of doing things. And it's not like that. Like, God is multicultural. He's like omnipotent. He's omnipotent for a reason. That means he's very creative. There's so much that is in this world that is different. That's what we have to pull on the inside because everything is already in us. But we have to be willing to acknowledge that we have a gift. If you don't acknowledge what you have, it can't live. It can't be breathed. You can't make your print on the earth. So everybody, y'all got a calling. Y'all got a purpose. Find out what it is.
Yeah.
What do you love to do? Well, what you was finna say?
I'm finna say, I was just thinking. about the question that you asked and then your response. And I'm thinking, yo, God's job and our job, right? You know what I'm saying? So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. The stuff that we have to put, God does things supernaturally.
Right.
That's out of our control.
Right.
So if things are going to happen, they're going to happen based upon what he needs them to happen that we got no control over. Period. You know what I'm saying? For us, we are 1,000 plus 59,000% natural. So if we want something to change, we're going to have to do it. Period. It's simple as that. Like, it's not going to, if you weigh 250 and you want to be 220, it's not going to supernaturally leave. I don't care how much you pray. It's not going to supernaturally leave, bro.
I rebuke you.
It's not. It's
Love
not,
Dennis,
bro.
I rebuke you.
It's not. He's stupid.
Lucy.
He's stupid. It's not.
You stupid.
It's not going nowhere.
It's not, because that's a human job. Like, when he dropped Adam, bro, when he dropped Adam in the garden, he had to work it. He had to cultivate that joint. It's certain things that we entitled to do. It's certain things that's our job, bro. It's not supernatural. So if we want something to change, then we're going to have to do it. Period.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Jackson said it best. Starting with the man in the mirror.
The man in the mirror.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
If you want change, it starts with the man in the mirror.
I mean, I'm thinking about what you asked. Like, do you think it's some things just gonna happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when it comes to things that's our job, bro, it's not. We got to do it. It's as simple as that.
But question.
What's up?
Do you think the things that just happen to happen still comes from what you prepped before?
That's why I asked the question.
Because it's still.
I'm gonna play devil advocate, because even the bad that happens in your life, right? When you look at God's creation, when you look at things, a battery has a plus and a negative. You can't even start a battery without a plus and a negative.
Right.
You take two magnets and put them together. You put the plus side against the plus side and the negative side against the negative side. They retract from each other. Outside of that, they join together like magnets supposed to. So even the bad stuff in our life, whether we think it just happened, like your shirt, Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good of those that are called to God and according to his purpose. Right? So, but if I don't take the time to extract the positive from the negative, then I'll never get the jump start that I was looking for in my life, in my business, in my relationship, or whatever it is I'm trying to do in life. Because I'm expecting everything to always be positive.
Right.
Exactly.
Like what we were talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? If relationship, you got to come to the table already built. That's why it's such a hard time in the dating scene right now, because everybody's for self. Like, if you don't come already put together, I can't work with you. Like, where they do that at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything happens for a reason, but you have to find a reason in the happening, because there was purpose in the happening. The happening just didn't happen. I don't believe that. I don't believe the happen just didn't happen. I don't believe the bad just happened. That's just like me. I'm a firm believer. If I gave my child everything they wanted, I'm doing that child a disservice.
Yep.
Everybody got their own opinion. That's just my belief. Because I'm not teaching my child nothing. I'm not teaching my child nothing. Like Paul said it best. I'm just paraphrasing it in the scripture. Just because you can don't mean you should.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you can, it don't mean you should. Yeah, I can get you that, but I'm not, because I want to see how you're going to respond to adversity.
Yeah.
Are you going to respond when the coach sets you down because of your attitude? Or are you going to kick the bench over and toss the Gatorade over? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Are you going to, the teacher tell you to take the headphones off in the classroom, are you going to cuss her out? You know what I'm saying? These are little things that we neglect that we want to, see positivity in our life, but then are we putting the energy out there that's going to reap the harvest that we want to reap? We're planting apple seed in one of the orange trees.
So basically, above all things, get understanding. Mm-hmm. Because when stuff happen, how stuff just happen,
right?
Mm-hmm. And we don't understand it, it don't even matter, because some things we not supposed to understand, and if you can grasp that, then
that's another level.
That is.
Yeah, bro, I say that all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
And the Bible, even the Bible says, this is what I don't get, right? Mm-hmm. And it goes in line. Like, people argue about the Bible, dog.
A lot.
So even the scriptures talks about that there's more books than the 66 chapters that we read in the Bible, but we fussing about if it ain't in the Bible, I'm finna get in trouble. You got the insurance bucket?
Yeah, because
if it ain't in the Bible, I can't believe it. To the believers. If it ain't in the, but hold up. They wasn't reading the Bible when they wrote the scriptures. I mean, I get it. I mean, that's our, here it is. That's our guideline, but it's like, what if God told you to do something that wasn't in the Bible? Are you not going to do it because you didn't recognize the voice because it wasn't his word? That's what we teach, right? If it's not in his word, that ain't his voice. Like, okay, but what if he told you something that you couldn't find in the Bible? Are you still not going to do it? I know I'm stepping out there deep water. I done stepped out there now. If I don't want to keep going, I can't pull back now.
Yeah. All right, so
because scripture says that everything that was written and pertaining to, XYZ is not in those 66 books. Scripture said that. I have to find it. I can get it. So it's like, then we want to talk about, how the Bible came up. I don't even know how Bible getting up, but how the Bible came up and all this stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why am I going to put so much focus on something that doesn't even edify where I'm going? That don't even make sense. Mm-hmm. Who cares why they chose this book and then that doesn't have anything to do with my purpose.
As long as it's there.
Is you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the Bible said that these scriptures were written for our learning, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's like me arguing with you on hold up. Now you said I got to put the square peg in the square hole. No, dog, I'm finna put this square peg in that round hole. Because my creativity.
No, that's not how it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking outside the box.
No, you being retarded right now.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what you're doing. What you doing to not helping you trying to get there.
This square peg supposed to go in this round hole. You know what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not finna waste my time. Oh, whatever. Okay, I'm not finna waste my time on that. Okay. There are just some things am I gonna understand everything I read? No. Am I gonna understand everything that happens in my life? No. But you have to be okay with that, just like you said.
Yeah.
I'm with you 1,000%. I believe that wholeheartedly. The Bible tells us there are some things that you're not gonna understand, but you have to be okay with that.
Yeah. And those things that you don't understand, I immediately go to that as God.
Yeah.
Because it got to be supernatural.
Yeah.
That's him doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Because he got something that he's trying to work out. But 9 times out of 10, whatever he's trying to work out, he's planning it for it to go in my favor, of course.
Exactly.
But if I don't do what I'm supposed to do on my end, it might not fall that way, because it's something that I need to be doing while he's doing what he's doing. It's a team.
Right.
Anytime you look at anybody did something in the Bible with God, it was I need you to do this. I'm gonna do this. I need you to do this. Noah, I need you to build this yacht. Okay.
Right.
It's finna get real wet down here.
Just
I
like,
know, I know you ain't never seen rain before. I understand that. But
940
it's some stuff
some odd
coming
years later.
that I'm gonna need you to build this yacht. Make it real pretty. We're gonna have the deck on there. We're gonna have the salad bar in the back. I need you to build the
But
yacht.
bro, that's a perfect example of
For
Noah.
sure.
Not rain. What is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was that in the Bible back in the day? Like, they were being the Bible, the characters, what we read today. So I even did, I had wrote a sermon a little while back called the Triple C's: commitment, cultivation, consistency. And cultivation, the action of cultivating land or the state of being cultivated, the cultivation of crops, the process of trying to acquire, develop a quality or skill, refinement or good education to prepare for the use of raising of crops. So I wrote down, aside from that, cultivation is the effort a farmer makes to ensure that he will produce as a bountiful a crop as possible. Meaning, just like you say, if we don't understand everything that's going on, I'm going to do things to the best of my ability of what I know and learn and research that I can do under my own power, right? So he plows the ground, fertilizes it, plants the seed, then he promotes further growth by watering, weeding, and so forth. If the farmer is lazy,
Right.
If the farmer is lazy, I just thought I'd say that third time. The B2S Podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together. If he fails to cultivate his ground, if he does nothing to promote growth, then what occurs? Nature follows its course and the farm begins to degenerate.
If he does nothing to promote growth, notice one of the things he said is weeding. Getting stuff out of the way that don't need to be there.
Point blank, period.
Pruning stuff off.
Not allowing it to get so crazy and chaotic in your life
Yeah.
that it suffocates. Just like when they talk about the thistles being suffocated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same thing with your gift or with whatever you call it to do. The more you just sit there and not recognize and acknowledge what's on the inside of you, this is what's happening. You have to cultivate.
Bro,
You have to commit.
Give me those 3 C's again, bro.
consistency.
And I definitely email it to you too. Commitment, cultivation, consistency. And I call it the triple C's because you can't have one without the other.
Hey, I remember you sharing that with me a while back. I just thought
And when
about
you
that.
kept saying it, then I had wrote down also when you was talking about the Garden of Eden, Adam's job in the garden was to tend and keep or cultivate and keep guard.
Right. He was called to work. There's certain things that he's supposed to do, bro. If he, this is me. Christians, please don't come for my head. If you do, just come forward.
Off with his head.
So, if he wouldn't have cultivated the garden how he did, right, it wouldn't have grew how it grew, and God wouldn't have made Eve. Hold on, you don't need no help. You don't need no help because you ain't did nothing for this to grow outside of your. You have not did anything for this to grow outside of your means for you to get any help. I can't send you no help because this right here, you can do this on your own. You're only getting help when you need it. I'm not finna send you no help to make you lazy, no, bro. You cultivate this right here until when it grows outside of your hands, then I can send you some help.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying?
And those are the same adjustments we were talking about earlier.
There's certain things that we not. God is highly supernatural. He does. God is working when we not working. Period.
Facts.
God is working when we not working. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that we supposed to do, and there's certain things that he gonna do. So it happens like that, bro. It happens like that. So I know you playing devil's advocate. I feel you.
Oh no, I'm going. I'm thinking.
You done? You done?
No, not this time. No,
But look, it causes you to think and to conversate, because it's like, for years we've always been trained one way of thinking, of doing things, of one way of to receiving knowledge of something, and a lot of time it's because we're afraid of the unknown, because we don't know what's going to come from it, or getting this understanding, and that's why a lot of people fear God, in a sense, because they don't understand it,
Bro.
They're afraid to tap into something that may be bigger than themselves, in a sense of, and what I mean by that, they're afraid of being the better version of what they know they want to be, but they'd rather settle and sit for
who they are.
And bro, check this out. This is a good conversation.
It
I
is.
think it is. Look at the stuff that's horrible, and this is why Christ followers get attacked, because they think just because we follow the person who got all the answers, we got all the answers. No. What about this bad stuff? What about cancer? What about the war in Ukraine is horrible.
Yeah.
And we right here on TikTok like ain't nothing going on, where stuff still getting, if it get cold over there, a lot of the electricity is out.
Dog,
But bro,
hold that thought, right? I'm just gonna interject this and then y'all can go back at it.
go ahead.
Now, happenstance, that just happens by chance, right?
What?
Why China has a regulator on their TikTok?
What you mean a regulator?
They have a certain time.
There's nothing in China, because China created TikTok.
Right.
Okay, what they sends it to us over here to the United States. It's all entertainment mostly.
Yep.
They use it for education. They have no entertainment on their TikTok.
Whatsoever. And they got a time limit, about 45 minutes, I believe.
So do you think that's by chance? No. Not at all. Not at all, dog. Not at all. So the tools that we're given, depending upon how we use those tools, will determine the outcome that we receive. Why has the education in the United States have dropped? When we was in school, we was one of the top nations when it came to education. I think the last time I checked, I think it was something that we was like down at like 27, something like that, as far as with certain stuff. Like we dropped like way down.
Dang.
We're like way down because we're just so far fetched from like just certain things just don't happen on purpose. And I'm gonna let you give it because when I look at this society, dog, when I look at it's like, okay, we was growing up, dog, right? What you want to be? Oh, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be the. You don't hear that no more. You hear it, but not like on that scale. So what is going to happen to the world as we know it? Because we can't say, oh, it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. No, we made it happen.
Yeah. And it's not going to be what we know it used to be.
Yeah. Because we didn't want to fulfill that role no more. We didn't want to be like Adam. God gave you responsibility to create. I don't want to create nothing.
You're supposed to tend to it. You're supposed to guard it. I don't want to guard nothing.
I don't want to guard nothing. I don't want to create nothing. Now I'm going to get on this TikTok and I'm going to dance. It don't come from my head, but it's when we see the things happening, like you said with Ukraine, like I said, we watching all this stuff because it don't concern us.
Nope. And it's not hitting close to home.
Yeah.
Like what you saying with the war with Ukraine.
Yeah.
If it's not affecting them personally, they can care less.
But if we are connected and trying to get in tune with the person who made those people, then we'll feel more. You dig what I'm saying? Like like you feel what I'm saying? Like I work in the hospital, so I'm just
Perspective would be different.
some people are in there do not care about patients at all.
Right.
Right?
At all.
But the more I spend time with Jesus, bro, and I'm training myself how to pray for people who I don't know, I pray for the people on Boston too. I pray for those people on Boxing 3, and when I see one of them, and they can't move, and they're not breathing on their own, and they on life support, you start to feel that stuff, bro. Like it's my own people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if we be connected to the source, bro, then we'll feel more. And
You feel what he feels.
right. And when we see stuff, like in Ukraine and stuff like that, we don't have all the answers. This is a fallen world. Some stuff is out of our control. God gonna handle that stuff. There's certain stuff that he gonna do. So that stuff like that, we can't control. But what we can do is pray for those people. What we can do is give a little extra. What we can do is take care of our soil the best way that we can. What we can do is vote. What we can do is pray for our president, pray for their president. That's what we can do. So we got our role to play. God is, and when we don't do our role, guess what? God's still working on his.
His has been already established.
He's
to be
still
honest
doing
with
it.
you. Because even just hearing you talk about that, bro, a lot of it has to do with what it also states in the Word of God that has to come to pass. Because he know we as flawed people are not going to accept pretty much what's in front of us. We're not going to accept the truth. We'll accept the lie. We're not going to accept what we're called to and what we're purposed to. But we'll accept watching somebody else going after their purpose and going after what they can, thrive in and doing. And it's like, you have so many people just watching on the sidelines. You have so many people that want to get in the game, but okay,
Too
how do
busy
I
watching the game?
Exactly. And it's just like football. You see one person get a good crap back, I won't go in. Now I'm straight. hey, coach, he getting up kind of funny. No, I'm straight. I'm safe on this side.
Like Red, you want some too, bro?
No. Want some too, old man? No. Get up. I told you, Red, come around here messing with me.
He gonna cry in the car. He gonna
He
cry in
gonna
the
cry
car.
in the car.
He gonna cry in the car.
And like you say though, but
He gonna cry in the car.
but like you say, there's half of it that has to come to pass from the work. It says about evil is being misconstrued as good and good as evil. Like you just saying all this stuff.
You crazy.
It's just like we still have a part to do, even with the stuff that is supposed to come to pass in the Word of God, and that states.
Yeah.
But as for me, I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm gonna make sure I get everything out of me.
I'm just saying, Mike, your question, I do believe that certain stuff just happen.
Yeah.
But like we were just saying, I do believe also that certain things won't move unless I push it. Certain things won't happen. Like if you get an ox and you get and you put that yoke on them, old school. Yeah. Bro.
Well, yeah.
If you don't put that thing out there, this field is not gonna get plowed. It ain't gonna magically. It's not gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Look, when COVID came, right?
Yeah.
COVID forced you to do things that you should have already been doing. Hygiene, washing your hands. It's like going back to the basics of what it caused you to force you to do something because it was something that was deadly that you didn't understand. And and I still see people to this day, I'm just like, dude, just walked in the bathroom, used it, and then walk right out. Then
walk in and then
wash
grab,
his hand, nothing. I was
pee,
like,
grab the dough.
Right.
Yeah,
that's why I always grab the handle with a paper towel.
With a paper towel.
Bro, you ever been to a restaurant and it's a restaurant, right?
We coming from the
So this restaurant is not all male. It's a co-ed restaurant, so they got male and females working there. Same thing as the visitors, the guests, male and female. So they have a male in the female bathroom. So You go in the bathroom. They got 2 bathrooms in the whole restaurant. I walk in the male bathroom. It's toe down. It's pee everywhere. It got rust. It's funky. I'm trying to step over the tar paper on the floor. I almost want to.
Oh, I don't want that.
No.
All right, so look.
Damon, what was your antennas?
So I'm like, hold on. So if this is the male restroom, and if there are males in the back cooking the food, that means y'all using this bathroom too? Nah, big dog, we gotta go.
Right.
Tell them what
That
is
mean,
one,
that mean
Johnny.
all y'all use this bathroom.
Right. Deuces.
I know all y'all not washing y'all hands, because the bathroom, bro, let me tell you something about atmosphere. Atmosphere will make you get in check. Atmosphere will make you get in line. If you go in somebody's house that's real clean, you gonna be like, naturally you're gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, naturally. If you go in somebody's house that's real dirty, you're gonna walk in dirty. You're gonna,
I'm walking out.
you know what I'm saying?
You
make
hungry?
get in
Nah,
line.
I'm full. Yeah. I'm still full
Atmosphere
from
make you
earlier.
get in line, bro.
Yeah.
But I do think though, I do think it's certain stuff that we supposed to do. And I keep saying it because this is a question, that's a good question.
Well, yeah, I mean, it works both. I just wanted to get both perspectives out there.
Exactly.
Because it's two perspectives. Because, and to give you a prime example is, I mean, weeds can grow without you even planting them.
Say it again?
Weeds can grow without you even planting them.
Weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a weed is non-valuable.
But
But it's
regardless, but it's still
Yeah.
there, and it doesn't take you to plant a seed to plant a weed. So that goes to both points. Like some things just happen, and then some things are just happens on purpose because purpose happened. You see what I'm saying? So if I plant a garden, I don't plant weeds; they just grow.
Right?
You understand what I'm saying? They just grow. But it's up to me to cultivate that and make sure that they don't choke out my plants.
Right.
Because that's what they're gonna do.
That's what they're going to do.
Right.
And a lot of things that do happen, it happens because it's supposed to cause us to shift. It's supposed to cause us to do something different. It causes us to recognize, if this didn't happen, I wouldn't realize how this feels. If you know what's good all the time, well, how do you know what's good if you never experienced what was bad?
Right. You need both.
You have to have both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
and
you
evil.
have to.
You know what I'm saying? You have to,
Yeah.
I mean, in order to be able to recognize it.
Yeah.
So it's no different. It's like,
Yeah.
that was a perfect analogy right there with weeds. Like,
Yeah.
it just
That's why I
like-
said, and
it
that's
just
why I
pop
threw that.
up.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, cuz? I'm finna suffocate you.
Yeah, they do, bro.
Yeah,
Ready
they
to
just,
die?
they just pop up. Like even I've seen you remember one of the poems we used to always have to do in school is that I remember is the rose that grew through concrete. Dude, when I actually seen a flower one day and like in the crack, come up through the crack of the concrete one day, and it reminded me of that. It's like, oh, now how did that happen?
Exactly.
You could try to figure out, but you just like, now how in the world? Because ain't nobody plant no flower right there. How the heck did
And
that
ain't
get
nobody
right
planting
there?
something in the cracks of,
You know what I'm
of the
saying?
sidewalk just for it to grow. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody been that intentional. So how does that happen?
Yeah.
That thing was looking for an outlet.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know whatever it was looking for, but it was really intriguing, dog. It was really intriguing, man. And I just say,
Wow.
regardless of things that happen, find purpose in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just find purpose in it. You know what I'm saying? I try to find purpose in everything. Like it's crazy, like what you said about environment, Alexndr, because before I started coming to the church that I go to, you know, and being close with my pastor, and I shared this before, and it fits right here is when, you know, we would fellowship, just kind of hang out, a couple of the guys from the church, and we would go to the movies. I used to go to the movies for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It was like, but when the movie was over, he started asking us questions because he getting messages from the movie.
Exactly.
Like, man, I never thought about it that way because I'm just using it as a form of entertainment.
Yeah.
But now because of my environment shifted, now my mind shifted. So now that caused me to look at everything differently, because this person that I'm around quite often finds a message in everything. He finds life in everything, even some of the things that I didn't understand. You wanna deal with that way? Because we be like, man, we be running want to throw some chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
But then
I won't flip the tables.
when you step back, you be like, wow. Then your whole perspective changed on how to handle stuff, because you watched a replica of what Christ was supposed to be represented in a human being. And it doesn't say that nobody's perfect, but that's what we're supposed to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, because I submitted myself to the environment, wow, dang, that's a whole bar. Because if I don't submit myself to the environment, I could never experience what the environment has to give me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was profound to me, because we can submit ourselves to the environment. You can go to the conference, you can go to the workshop, you can go to the coach, but if you never submit yourself to the authority of the environment, you cannot get what the environment is offering you.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. You could be mad at that coach all day long, but if you're not submitting yourself to the plan of the coach, and you always fighting the plan of the coach, you can't get nobody. You can't get mad at nobody but yourself.
You have to sell out to what's going on in that environment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That shifted. That first experience when we went, I don't even remember the movie we went and saw. It was me, a couple other. It might have been just three of us. Me, him, and another brother. 3 or 4, and he starts talking, man. You know when this, blah blah, and he go right to the word. I'm like, man, how did you get that out of that? But
turns on.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, then you just hang around it, and then it jumps on you. You do the same thing.
Yeah.
Turns on.
It just, bam, man. Oh man, thing just kind of
Yep.
gives you a whole new outlook on life, man.
And he undesensitizes you. Like, cause what you had laid dormant, or
Yeah.
somebody didn't point that out to you, and that's the importance of being specific with everything in your life, because you want to be able not to have blinders on everything or every area of your life, and just be running gun ho, and you be desensitizing to something. I mean, not sensitive to some things, and so even just with learning from y'all, it's just like even with learning from people that I've been around when it came to marriage, like I just soak up like a sponge, and so now it's just like people in return would come to me for counseling, like I'm a counselor. I'm like, man, I ain't been married. I just took for what I learned, and I just like, well, did you think about it this way?
Yeah, for sure.
And so it just shows that those who are willing to submit to the environment and realize you'll become the teacher in most cases.
Yeah, and that's how it should be, though. Circle of life.
Yeah.
I look at the circle of life in that way, too. It's like we always like to use the slogan, each one reach one or each one teach one. That's putting yourself in position to do that. I'm not gaining knowledge and information for myself. I'm gaining knowledge and information to share, so that way everybody else can come up, too. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to get to the top by myself. Now, I'm not going to force you to come with me, but at the end of the day, if I look and you're not ready, then I have to cut that dead weight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be waiting for you at the top, but I can't allow you to hold me back anymore. And too many times we allow people and things to hold us back from places, people, and things that we know we're supposed to be attached to. We don't get attached to it because we're attached to something that don't want to go where we're trying to go because they're not ready in that moment. Not saying that they won't ever get ready, but in that moment that you're ready, they're not ready.
Right.
And you
gotta let it
belong
go.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go, because if you're waiting for it to just happen,
You be waiting forever.
there you go.
Exactly.
You be waiting forever.
There you go.
Because you're always going to hear, I'm not ready.
And when it ain't no right time.
Just gotta go. Jump and pull the parachute on the way down.
How you always talk about, ain't no perfect time. Just start.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Bro,
Everything is gonna line up.
anytime you see something that's dead, it's proof and evidence that something was alive.
There you go.
Bam.
Yeah.
It's
Bars.
crazy. It could be a relationship. It could be whatever, and that's how you keep that look. I got that from, bro. I'm driving here. I'm finna go to Wawa, get our drinks, then come here. I'm going around the curve. I told you I don't like cats like that. I like big cats, panthers, lions. The other little cats, I don't like them.
House cats.
I like
stray cats.
I like two cats.
Give me the pibbity babs.
I like
Pippity pat.
I like the Garfield cat, the little fat one, and some of them not fat. They got some skinny Garfields, but most of them they fat. I like the Garfield cat, and I like the cat from Homeward Bound. Those are some expensive cats. The rest of them, I don't rock with them. But anyway, so I'm going around the curve.
You got a personal vendetta? Huh?
I'm going around the curve, bro.
No, sir, I don't like it.
I'm swerving. I go around the curve. It's this cat on the side of the road, bust open. He straight up. I'm like, rest in peace, my dog out of there. My dog out of there. You feel me? My man's he's stupid. Look, my man's bust open, straight up.
Oh, no, that face
But he
was.
was, my man's out of there.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh,
He's
man.
out of there.
But we needed an extra camera to get that shot right there.
Yo,
Boy,
bro,
that was
you stupid.
But look,
He was
bro,
out of there. He
out
was
of there.
like,
he was gone, bro. Rest in peace. I hope he was saved.
hey, we're
My
going to call
man-
him Whiskers. We're going to call him Whiskers.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
Rest in peace, Whiskers.
Even though
And I miss my cat,
Oh,
y'all.
I don't like cats, when I saw the condition of him,
Oh, man.
I felt different. It made it made me respect that he was alive at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see something like, and he was alive. Like when I saw my father was laying there. Like, dang, I instantly remember when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm saying this, but when you see something that's dead, it's evidence that it was alive before.
That's good. That's a powerful statement, though.
You know what I'm saying? So a relationship,
Jesus.
like just because y'all two not rocking no more, y'all once were. So you still respect and you still love that person. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you got money now, before you didn't. So you know what I'm saying? So when you see somebody who is on a level that you're not on, you supposed to treat them a certain. Matter of fact, you supposed to look out for them a certain type of way because you know how it is. So when something that's there, bro, is evidence that something was alive before, dog.
Big facts.
Yeah, and that goes to everybody that's maybe lost a dream, a thought, an idea, you know, that for whatever happened, maybe it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the thought, you just keep pondering it because of fear. A lot of times we don't move forward because of fear of rejection. It haven't even happened yet, but the fact that somebody could say no or somebody could not like my service or product, then that keeps us stagnant in the place of what could be instead of what is. You know, and so this is just an encouragement, man. This was a dope. This was dope.
Yeah, I was not expecting that question you asked. I was not expecting that.
I had to go there. I had to go there, and I think the collective. We'll use the athletic world term, the collective bargaining agreement.
It's good though.
Had to come across the table so we can kind of mesh the whole conversation. Because I think they kind of shifted the conversation a little bit too.
But I know one thing though, a biblical, bro. If you sow, you reap.
It's
certain stuff that we supposed to do. Period. Certain stuff that God gonna do that's not even. He gonna do him. But I know it's certain stuff that we just supposed to do, and I think that people get it twisted like, yo, bro, no, you can't just wait on God. I'm gonna wait on God for my wife. Are you looking? Are you trying to get your money straight? Are you trying to heal from your past trauma? He can't send you nobody who was put the work in over 5 years on their soul, on their mind. You think he finna give you this person who put the work in to heal themselves, allow themselves to be healed, understand certain stuff, and you ain't did nothing for you? So you can tarnish and damage them? No, bro, work on that stuff. Go get your mind, go get some counseling. Go get your mind right.
Bring your whole self so you can receive your whole self.
And you
Point blank.
and nobody gonna be perfect.
Right.
But but if you're not doing anything, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Right.
So I believe, and I keep saying it because it's a good question.
And that's by definite, not chance. But go ahead.
Yeah, I do. He's stupid. I do believe that it's certain stuff that we're supposed to do. And there's certain things that God gonna do, whether we do what we say we're gonna do or not, because He's God. He don't lie. Period.
Exactly.
No, we be capping.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
We got a whole era.
I call it cap. Man.
Cap.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Sir Cap a lot.
What you stupid?
He's stupid.
Oh man. Hey, but let's get ready to wrap this up, man. One last thing before we get ready to wrap. Y'all got any last pardoning wisdoms?
Dub.
So the house locked up today, huh? you done locked the chain in this. Ain't nobody coming out today.
Are you stupid?
Is the windows up? Can you just stick your neck out and holler like,
He's stupid. No, I always go to you because you have a totally different perspective on a lot of things, and I like just.
Man. He like to hear you come straight from the house.
straight?
Yeah, I like no, but real talk though, I like feeding from what you be saying sometimes, bro, because I be feeding from you. So, like I say, this is like therapeutic for me in a lot of ways. So,
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Both of y'all is therapeutic for me in a bunch of ways. Like, and a lot of stuff that we talk about generates from stuff we're going through personally.
Yeah.
And we go through at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you look at therapy, what is it? You're sitting in somebody's office,
Yep.
talking.
Basically, telling them how you feel.
You see what I'm saying? That's why communication is a big part of your success in anything. So when you're dealing with trauma, when you're dealing with hurts, when you're dealing with frustrations,
Right.
and there are times we don't want to talk about certain stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and so we don't want to try to paint the picture like we got it all together, because we don't.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, for the most part, we try to put our best foot forward. But I just want you guys to understand that communication is a big part of it. So if you're dealing with trauma, if you need to heal from something, if you need you're hurting from a past relationship, whatever that may be, you need to talk with somebody, talk it out. You know, get some consultation, therapy, whatever it takes, because you actually end up feeling better once you get it all out. As long as you keep it bottled in, you're going to continue to stay contaminated.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
And that's real talk.
What you got, Doug? What you got? But while you looking, I'm gonna say this. While you was doing your
Do your thing.
this is what came to me while you was talking about commitment, cultivation, and consistency. I heard two words: prepare and effort. Prepare and effort. Prepare for what you want to harvest, but that's not the work. The hardest work is when you get ready to pick the harvest. That's where the effort comes in at.
That's good.
So I learned that during some of the biblical studies. Because a lot of time we, in church, we get so riled up. Your blessing coming, your harvest coming. We get all excited. Dude, that means work coming. that it ain't gonna harvest itself.
That's why
And that's some of the hardest work.
Yeah, I feel you.
And that's some of the hardest work that you can actually do is when it comes to harvest that crop. That's some hard labor, dog.
bro. And there's plenty of work out there, but there's few laborers.
You know what I'm saying?
Which it ties into where I was going. Because as soon as you started talking, I was like, oh, I already know. I did another sermon called Vacant. So, what does that mean? So basically, a person or the expression having or showing no intelligence or interest, meaning no fixtures, furniture, or inhabitants, empty. Unoccupied, not in use, unfilled. So I just want to encourage y'all, man, don't allow what you see in front of you to cause your dream to be vacant. Just empty, just full of air, just what could be. As long as you're the person that's giving the CPR, you can always breathe life into your dreams. But how can one bring life if one is dead, just like you said? Because once you die, your dream dies. So don't allow yourself to become vacant and empty.
So that means you always got to be around somebody that has life so they can breathe life into you when you feel like you're dying. Good stuff.
Got to.
Good stuff. Don't allow your dreams to be vacant or remain vacant.
Facts.
There you go. There you go. Well, hey, man, it's been lovely. It's been another beautiful episode, man. I really enjoy. I always enjoy when we get ready to film these things, man. We just feed off each other.
Y'all already know.
Man, I could be having the worst day or worst week, but when I know we filming, boy, it just makes it all better.
Well, it gives you a second win, too.
So, that it does.
That's what it does. It prepares you for the following week. You ready to tackle it.
That it does. Yeah. So,
I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, now you ain't got nothing to say. The house is locked and chained.
I'm going to come straight from the house and say, well, we finna get up out of here.
And you know this, man.
Once again, man, we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in once again, man. And don't forget, man, y'all check out Like Me by our boy Alxndr, man.
Yo,
Go
Like
stream
Me,
it up.
Get
Like
that.
Me is out right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Produced by Diamond El Certificate.
Diamond got that diamond shine.
got that diamond shine. North Cape Studios. We got more stuff coming.
Facts.
I appreciate everyone who's been streaming. I appreciate all the love and support. People been sharing it, bro.
Yeah.
People at church, people at work.
Yeah, that's what's
And,
up.
you know, so they give me good feedback, tell me what they like, tell me what they don't like.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're just trying to make Jesus famous, man. That's all we're trying to do, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, buddy. And y'all continue to stream LAD by Boy Wonda. Keep the
sure.
streams
Life
going.
after death. I'm
Yes,
coming
sir.
on their head with the videos,
Yeah.
bro. I'm coming on their head.
You coming on their head.
Listen, I ain't even done yet.
That's what's up, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. And we're going to get up out of here, man. Y'all go hit the website up, man. Get you some motivated apparel, man.
For sure.
You know,
For
check
sure.
out the book, The Blueprint to Success, The Student's Guideline for Successful Living. And I should have everything done with the website. I had to do a quick revision on the workbook. So that actually just came in this week.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to make one more tweak to it. So y'all just keep on the lookout for that. So it's ready to go. I had to do a little quick revision on it. So y'all keep an eye on it. I'll let y'all know when it's actually uploaded to the website where you can actually click the link and order stuff. So we trying to get into all the school systems. And then if I find out that there's enough steam ahead to where, you know, I need to do something for the adults, I'll put something together for that too. But until then, we got to get these kids right, man. I'll close out with this, man. I was reading a post. It's a very good program. It's a travel basketball program in the community that does a lot with not just athletics but academics. And the guy that's the owner of the foundation, he had wrote a post, and he was like, well, how? Because they do have tryouts. You just don't sign up and be a part of the travel ball team. So you do have, you have to go through tryouts and stuff. So he was going like, well, how in the world all of these kids are coming out to try for basketball and their grades aren't where they're supposed to be, and they know nothing about the NCAA clearinghouse. I'm like, so I kind of like chimed in, and I was like, that's actually common. I said, with me being a mentor in the area, and I'm talking like I'm a mentor. Why do I know about the NCAA clearinghouse and you don't? And you talking about you trying to go to the next level. So that's what a lot of this stuff is stemming from. So we got to get our kids right, man. Parents, we got to get on our job. Make sure you're in the schools, not just causing ruckus, but supporting these teachers, these educators, and these administrators out there, so we can
because they're severely needed.
lighten their load. Yeah, like they're leaving by the droves. We're putting too much pressure on them, and we're fussing and not doing enough fighting to help free them from the pressures that they're dealing with, by making sure our kids ain't acting like a monkey out there, because there's a lot going on in these schools. So that's where a lot of this stuff coming from. That's why I got the book. I got the goals, goal activity workbook. You have a talk with a lot of the kids. They very minimally, if they know anything, what they want to do. So you can sit down and go through the goals. Well, how much do you want to make? What is the lifestyle that you want to live? What does that look like? What kind of career do you have to, get involved in? This is what this workbook about. You know what I'm saying? What college you want to go to? Okay, well, how much is the tuition and books? Right. You can write that down in the financial part of the workbook. Because we're just going out there. I just want to go to college. Well, how much does it cost to go to the college that you want? Can you get scholarships? So it's short, quick, but in depth at the same time. So y'all have something to look out for that. So, but that's all we got, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna get out y'all way till next week. Remember this, we'll shoot you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. And remember this, if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. God bless.